You are now entering the box. Welcome back to Inside the Box. I am back off of a 3-week road trip, and I am here with Tina from United Way of Central Illinois. What's going on, Tina?
Yeah, well, thanks for having me. Thanks for literally jumping back in and jumping on so that we can chat a little bit.
Yeah. No, I need to get back on doing these. You just get busy, and it's one of the things that...
Oh, yeah.
It's more of a for fun thing.
Oh, hey, I'll take that. I'll take that for sure, yeah.
Yeah. So, Tina, tell us what United Way is for anybody that's been living under a rock for...
for over 100 years.
Yeah.
Somehow, so United Way here in Central Illinois, we've been here for over 100 years, which is crazy.
We
just
crazy.
had
Holy
our
moly.
100th anniversary right after I started a few years ago. So what are we at? 102, 103 years, something like that.
Jeez.
So we are an organization that really wants to see everyone in the community thrive. So we have 4 main impact areas that we really focus on and really want to support the entire family, the entire community. So we look at youth opportunity and lifting up those people in the education system. We want to raise people who live in healthy communities. We look at community resiliency as a whole. And then we look at financial security and how we can keep stability in people's homes. So we really look at the entire community, every aspect of a person's life, and then we grant dollars out to organizations that are providing those programs that might be the boots on the ground in order to help those individuals who are in need.
Nice. So do you work for United Way directly, or are you a volunteer?
Nope. So I'm a staff person. So we have a staff of 9 people in our office. And then we do rely heavily on volunteers as far as our board members. We also do a day of action every spring and fall where we really mobilize an entire, I think 200 people were involved last time to really activate out in the community and be involved in different organizations. But we do have a small but mighty staff. So I am the marketing person. So everything that you're doing here is something that we're doing
Nice.
at United Way as well. But it's really just kind of an all hands on deck in our office, and we make things happen.
So what brought you to get involved with United Way?
So I love nonprofits. I love supporting the community and doing what we can. And United Way literally does anything that you can think of. So like I said, whether it's children or homelessness or literacy, whatever you might be passionate about, United Way touches on it. And I think that that's a really unique way to help and support the community. It's not just one small area. We look at the entire community and how we can assist. We see where the gaps are, and then we kind of fill those gaps. We make sure that we're making those programs happen that need to happen out in the community.
Nice. Well, that's awesome. Did you go to school for marketing?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Very
Yep.
nice.
Over at McMurray College, RIP. Over in Jacksonville. RIP. I've been over here in Springfield my whole career though. So started off in the nonprofit world, did a little bit of marketing and sales in between, and then now back in nonprofit. So yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
How long did you say you've been with them now?
Let's see, since 2022.
Okay.
So going on 3 years. So
Very nice.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, you guys have some different stuff going on. I know you wanted to bring some attention to.
Definitely.
What do you want to start with?
Oh my gosh. So first let's start with our retiree group. So this has been launched. We launched it earlier this year. We have a really cool just kind of process that we're hoping to really roll out throughout the rest of this year. Just a way for people to continue to be involved with United Way. So usually people know about United Way because of their workplace campaigns. People are raising funds throughout the fall to support our programs out in the community. And then once they retire, they kind of lose touch with United Way. They don't really maybe volunteer as much. They aren't as active in the community. And a lot of the people miss that connection. And so we wanted to see, is there a way that we can still keep people connected with the community, still keep them engaged with United Way, and find resources that might benefit them. So we've done a couple programs earlier this year, and then we have one coming up towards the end of August, a Caring for the Caregiver program. And I think that that's going to be a great resource. That's actually my previous role was working with an in-home care agency. And so I know the value of making sure that individuals who are on the front lines caring for a loved one receive the support and care that they need. So Taylor Stevens is actually the person that connected us. Yeah. So she is presenting. She's with Synergy Home Care. And so she will be talking about how to care for yourself, how to make sure that you're not lost in the day-to-day of caring for a loved one. So what can you do as the caregiver? So it's not just for that individual. If you know of someone who's in the trenches of caregiving, you can come to and then provide those resources back to them. I think it's really a community event. Whether you're going through it or not, I think it'll be a valuable session.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So when you say retiree, like when someone retires from the business, because they're usually, just to make sure I'm on the same page. Mm-hmm. So a lot of times when people are helping, it's because they're involved in a business and they're helping that way. And then once they retire, it's just not kind of top of mind anymore.
Yeah. And honestly, we might just literally not have their contact information beyond what we had for their workplace. And so we just literally can't get a hold of them. We don't have a resource to connect with them. And so we're trying to keep people engaged in that like near retirement. So I always hate to say it's a retiree group because people who are closing in on that gap might not see themselves in that age range, but I think that this is a really valuable resource for anybody who might be just thinking about how am I going to care for loved ones? What am I doing with maybe aging parents? Anybody who might want those resources are definitely invited.
So, yeah, I think that's an awesome idea because, like, you know, I think one of the things that people worry about is when they retire is like, well, what am I going to do? That's exactly
it. That's exactly it. How do I spend my time? If I'm not going to work every day, what do I do? How do I fill those gaps? And so I think we're hopefully finding volunteer opportunities for them.
Purpose too.
That's exactly it. And hopefully a way to connect back with the community. So whether that's through other nonprofits or maybe other people who have similar interests, because being connected as a senior is really, really important, not only for your mental health, but just for being active and physically and making sure that you're kind of continuing on out in the community is really important. Yeah.
It's so important, I think, to keep that mind busy.
That's exactly it. Mm-hmm.
I think once you kind of stop using it, you lose it.
Same
with your body,
exactly.
muscles, everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, all of that.
No, that's a cool idea. So how did this come about? Did you guys just realize like, we're losing touch with some of these
That's
people
exactly it. I think that we saw a gap in our own organization that, hey, wait, like we're losing touch with people, but also there's a gap, I feel like, maybe in the community for that age group. What can we do to help serve that community and do a little bit more with them? So this isn't the last thing. We've got some other things planned throughout the end of the year, and then we hope to really continue this on as activities throughout the year so that hopefully we can kind of create a core group that maybe can continue to be involved and active out there.
Yeah. Then they can kind of make some connections with other retirees.
That's exactly it. Hopefully, kind of form it to whatever they want it to be. Because, I mean, let's be honest, I am not of that age range. So let's see what they want, and we can maybe build it to what they want it to be too.
And that's called Always
United. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Oh, well, there we go. We went back and forth on it quite a bit on how to phrase it to not really like narrow it down, but I hope that people can stay always connected, always united, for sure.
And I imagine too, just like I think about maybe moms or dads that are stay at home, that their kids are in school or something. It's probably an opportunity for them too to even
to connect up.
Like, it doesn't have to be
that's what even if you know of somebody who's caring for a loved one, this would be a really valuable experience for them. I think that Taylor has some interactive portions, and it's not going to be a boring event. Plus, there's a free light breakfast. I mean, you can't, I know.
I'll be there,
Exactly. Some coffee, some bagels. So, but I think that it can really benefit anybody. I'm sure that even the people like us that are coordinating it will be taking notes and taking some takeaways.
Yeah. When is that one again?
That is August 28th. It's down at the Memorial Learning Center right there next to the hospital. So they'll have signage and things like that. You can find out more on our website too.
All right. Coming up quick.
Yeah, for sure.
So the website's the best way if someone wants to get more information,
Yes.
sign up?
Yes, definitely. Or give us a call.
Do you have to sign
Yep.
up or can you just show up?
You can just show up.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll plan for a few extra people. If you want to RSVP and know a little bit more, you can definitely reach out, though.
Awesome. Well,
Yeah.
that's a great idea.
Yeah.
It's interesting to, I mean, obviously I'm not in your world, but, you guys kind of recognizing that and probably I would assume just through some data.
That's exactly it.
Like,
Yeah, really seeing that, hey, as people are retiring and people are retiring at a crazy rate these days, where are they going and how are we able to kind of keep connected with them? I think it's a really, hopefully a good resource for them and for
'Cause
us.
Isn't it right now, like, is it the end of... I know there
Where
was
are
like
we at with the baby boomers?
Yeah, I know there was a
don't know.
period there that was like, it was going to be like, God, everyone's going to be retiring. And
Are
they're
we
worried
in
about
it?
Medicaid
Are we in it right
and
now? I think
everything.
I think we might be. We might be in the thick of it. Yeah, it's definitely it's just a huge group of people who are, what do you do next? What's that next stage of life look like? So how can we help them figure out what that is, whether it's volunteering or some way to keep them involved and active in the community?
Yeah, that's awesome. So what's next here? You guys got some...
Oh my gosh, do you have the whole list of things? Because if you got the whole list of things...
I took a couple notes. Community listening sessions?
Oh my gosh, yes. So as I mentioned, we have our impact areas out there. And so with those impact areas, we don't just kind of shoot a thing at the wall and say, here, this is what we're going to fund. We really listen to the community and we want to know what the issues are, where the challenges are, where the gaps are. And every grant cycle, so every 3 years, we have a listening session and we sit down with community members. It's literally open to anybody. And they can tell us, okay, what's your feedback on those impact areas? So whether it's feedback on after school programming, that's a hot topic right now, or homelessness, that's always a hot button item. Well, where are we able to come in and fill those gaps, and what goals can we set for the community to really enhance those areas? So that's really what we're going to take away from these listening sessions is how can United Way step in and really change what needs to be changed in the community and really make some big goals for the community moving forward and really move the needle a little bit. I think that we're hoping to fund programs that align with what we're doing in the future. And so these will help us figure out what that alignment is. We're not just sitting behind the scenes saying this is what we think is important. We want to hear from the community. So this is actually only one prong of this kind of whole process that a gal in our office has set up to really make sure we're listening to the whole community. One part is our survey, which is going on now. You can find that on our website, which really outlines everything that might be going on that people might have questions about. And then the second part is she's reaching out to community partners that we already have, making sure that we're hearing from them, what's going on in their neck of the woods, how are we able to help them a little bit more, and then now we're listening to the community as a whole. So it's open to the entire community. Everybody can come in and really share their thoughts about where they think United Way can fit and be a solution for the community.
Wow, that's cool. So you guys do this every 3 years?
Every 3 years.
Is this the end of this?
Yep,
is about a...
Yep, this is the end of this grant cycle, and so we'll start another grant cycle next spring.
Okay.
So this really will set our goals for that next grant cycle.
Okay. Do you have a date for
Yes.
the community?
The community listening sessions are next week, actually.
Okay.
So I don't know when this is airing. It might be today. It might be soon.
Yeah, we'll get it up quick.
Yeah, so it'll be next Tuesday at Salvation Army at noon, and then next Thursday at our office over on Wabash at 5 p.m.
Okay.
So we've got 2 options for you. Or again, that survey is available online, so you can always share your thoughts about what's valuable to you and what you think that United Way can do for the community through that online survey too.
Okay. So if they can't make it or they
Yes.
just want to do it at home at night, they can get it out there.
Exactly. Just to share the information. I think we've had a really good response from the community, but we definitely want to hear from more people.
Yeah. Are those surveys always open even in the middle of the 3 years?
No, so we kind of funnel that into right now. So we want to take a snapshot of what the community looks like right now. So it's been open most of this year, and then we'll close it down in a month or so, and then we'll really kind of tabulate all of that information that we've collected, and then have an announcement probably later this year of where we're moving, what those goals are, what we've actually decided.
Nice. So the deadline's coming up.
That's exactly it. That's exactly it. Yeah. So let us know. We really want to hear what your thoughts are. Our catchphrase is your voice matters. Yeah. So we really want to hear what you have to say.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool that you guys, take the time to get people in there and get real feedback from the community. I think that's important. I think also like, as individuals, a lot of times you don't, feel heard. It's like, what can I really do? You know what I mean? It's like this is going on or that's going on, especially when you look at like politics and stuff. It's like, I feel so helpless.
Yeah, this actually gives you something to say, hey, I said this is something that's valuable to me and valued about our community. And really, I think a lot of our donors and a lot of people that like United Way like it because we do all this research for you. We do all the legwork behind the scenes. We figure out what's valuable for the community, where we need to be, and you as a donor, as a contributor, as a volunteer, that what we're doing at the end of the day is strategic, is what needs to be done in the community. So we take the guesswork out of it. We do all the homework. Back to school, right? We take all the homework out of it for you. You don't have to worry about it. So I think that's why a lot of people like United Way as a whole, is that we're doing all this work for you and you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, no, that's nice. How do these sessions work? Is it kind of just like, all right, who's got a question, get in line?
So we've got a whole data walk set up, which will be really neat. So along with all of our impact areas, we'll have different data points related to, so for example, youth opportunity. We've got the stats on the students that are homeless in our community. We've got the stats on what that truancy rate is or absenteeism and where those gaps are. And then we've got a really cool process. So the way we allocate our dollars, we're going to kind of mimic that in these sessions. So Karen is our director of community initiatives, and she's set up that you are kind of a part of our vision councils who sit behind the scenes and determine how we allocate those funds and really look at those grants. You'll sit at a table and you'll have $1 million, so to speak, in Monopoly money, and determine where do we allocate? Where do we go?
How would you?
How do we break it down? And so then we can really see, okay, so you're thinking we need to give X amount to those school programs. We need to give X amount to build a healthier community. Where do we need to put these dollars? And then each table will obviously have a different amount, and we can then take that back and say, okay, most people said we need to do X, Y, or Z, and how do we move forward in those areas?
They like plug in like thoughts along.
Yes,
with
definitely. Yeah. And so, we'll definitely be taking more of their kind of like anecdotal conversations and what they think from it as well. I think it'll be really valuable for the people who are attending to also kind of hear from others in the community of what those issues are. Yeah. Yeah.
Do these end up, when you've done them in the past, well, I don't know. Have you actually done one yet?
I've done one, okay. But it's been 3 years ago, so I will answer.
Did they end up getting quite a few people that come out?
Yeah, we have. It was a really good turnout 3 years ago, and so we're really hopeful for just a really good conversation. I think that's part of it. It's not. It's a dialogue. It's more of a kind of discussion of where we need to be. We don't want it to be a presentation. We don't want it to be something that you're kind of sitting back and hearing from us. No, we want to hear from you.
Wow.
So, yeah.
That's a lot of data to go through.
It is.
3 years ago, you didn't have AI. Maybe you guys can streamline that a little easier now.
Maybe. Yeah, I think that Karen has a whole plan of attack for this, and she's really kind of taken it step by step. I wish she was here because she really does have a really good idea of how to hear from the community. But I agree. That is a whole bunch of data. That's a whole bunch of information that we'll be kind of taking all into account and then seeing where we move forward. But again, it's not just our 9 people in our office. We're going to take that back to our vision councils and see where they think. So all the decisions from United Way is really rooted in volunteers in the community. It's not just us 9 people sitting behind the scenes saying this is what we need to do.
Yeah.
It's really taking into account what the community wants, what the community needs. We're just kind of stewards of that. Yeah.
How many people are on the board? I feel like I always I've known so many people that have either been on the board or active. I can't keep track of
I
who
want to
still
say
is,
almost 30.
Wow.
So we're upper 20s for sure.
Nice.
We just got a few new faces here in July. So I can't remember the exact number, but I want to say 28.
Nice.
So yeah.
I was asked to potentially be on it a year or two ago, and I just
Come on.
I know. So here's my biggest.
You're not
thing.
busy enough, I'm
well,
sure.
that's the problem. Is like I've been on a lot of boards, and if I don't have the time or the ability to actively contribute, I don't want to like fill a seat and just feel like I'm not doing anything, because then I just feel bad. So a lot of boards have had to step away from, and just because I'm like, guys, I'm not giving you what you need.
You need to give 110%. Yep.
So that was my hesitation then, you know what I mean? So
no, I appreciate that. I think I'd rather have 110% than not enough, then we're really asking you to do more. And we do have a really good board and really good active people who are just willing to help out and lend a hand where we need. So yeah.
Is Amy Beadle still?
She is. Yep. She was board chair. That might have been one of them that asked you.
Well, I think it was Michael Thomas previously. Maybe him and Jeff or a couple of them. Yeah. But yeah, Michael and Amy are on the SILSA board.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. No, Amy has always been a really good advocate for United Way. Yeah. So she's just been super awesome.
She's probably a good chair. She's on it.
Yes, that's exactly it. Yeah, she was really active. Right now, Penny McCarty from Memorial Health is our chair, and so she's just fantastic. Before that was Tammy Gilcrease. All these gals are really great.
Nice.
So it's just been really exciting to see how the board has grown and developed. Like I said, we just got, I think, 4 or 5 new board members this past July. So I think that it's just a really good environment to be a part of. We're always trying to give them different things that they can do and help us out and how they can be out in the community. So
that's awesome. Timeline. Oh yeah, I just had checking my notes here, make sure we hit on everything. We already said the timeline, so the just one more time before we move on to the next thing. So the surveys are due about within the next month or so.
It'll still be up on our website, I think, through September. So you still got some time for that, but do it now before you forget.
Yeah. And then one more time, the 2 listening events.
The listening sessions are Tuesday. What is next Tuesday's date? I don't know. 20.
I'll throw it out there. Hold on.
It's the 19th. 19th, and then so the 19th is at Salvation Army at noon, and then the 21st is at our office at 5 p.m.
All right, awesome. So go let them know where the community needs help.
That's exactly it.
The after school stuff is interesting. We had a speaker. What was his name? He gave the speech to the. Oh my gosh, my memory's terrible. The football team before they won the, what'd you say?
Oh, the Giants.
The Giants, yeah. I can't think of his name. John Paul. My memory's terrible. Anyway, he.
You came back from vacation. Blame it on that.
Yeah, he gave the motivational speech to the Giants before they won the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah.
A few years back, or it might be 4 or 5 years at this point. But he started what do I want to call it? It was in like a gym kind of, but he started a whole after school thing because he recognized in his community that and I think the data shows that most of the bad things tend to happen like the after school time when maybe parents can't get out of work and the kids might be alone or whatever it is. So he started this whole thing that was like a gym, and they had tutoring and sports and all this cool stuff. I don't remember what town he was from, but it was really neat. And then so he gave a talk to all the SILSA members, and then he went to Southeast and talked to all the high school students, which they thought was really cool. And then they also recorded it, and I think they were going to play it for all the high schools.
Oh, nice.
I'm pretty sure in 186.
Yeah, that need is huge. I feel like it's not just a Springfield thing. It's not just a Central Illinois thing. It's across the board. Everybody needs to figure out how that after school care
Yeah,
can
both,
fit better.
If both your parents work. I remember I used to go to Scope, after school until I was old enough to, to go home and be home for a couple hours. But yeah, it's a tough thing because schools are always out at like 3:00, and almost everybody has to work till 5 at least.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, that's tough. Well, that's awesome. I hope that you guys get some good feedback and you get a good turnout and you can get some good info to make some future decisions.
Yeah,
for the
we're
next
real
3 years.
excited.
It's interesting you guys do 3 years. So we've been going through this reorganization process here, and I've been reading this book, and we've been working with this company, and they talk about how you should do 3 years. 3 year
So we're doing it
goals.
right. There we go.
Well,
Love it.
because 1 year is not really long enough to make an impact. 2 years is kind of like, it still comes
You're
up pretty
just getting
quick. You
going.
might see those changes, but 3 years is like, I guess, like kind of the
That's the
key
sweet spot.
time, the sweet spot. Yeah, because if you
There
go a
you
little
go.
longer, it's just too long. So that was interesting.
That's
3
good.
years.
Yeah. No, I think that.
But
we
that
see
just
the same
happens to
thing.
be your grant cycle.
That is, yeah, but it's been our grant cycle for quite some time.
Okay. Maybe that's why.
Maybe that is. But I think that you're absolutely right. 1 year is too fast. I mean, you ask any of our
so
board
fast.
chairs,
Oh
or
my
if you've
God.
served on any board in a capacity, you're like, oh gosh,
Yeah.
I just got my feet under me,
Yeah.
and now you've got to turn over the reins. And so I
I
think
can't
that
even believe a president only has 4 years.
that's exactly. Maybe they need 3. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's the problem. But so I think that after 3 years, we kind of come back and we have a round table again. And so I'm excited to see how that'll shift even in the next 3 years. I
Yeah.
think that every 3 years we've been able to be nimble in where we're helping and what we're doing. And so I think that we're going to continue to do that and see what the needs are and really reflect that in what we're granting out dollars for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I know one of the other things that you were hoping to touch on and bring some awareness to is some of the fundraising this fall.
Yes.
What are some of the
man.
fundraising initiatives you got going on for
Yeah,
the fall?
so do you have our kickoff week lineup? Because that is a whole
don't have
thing.
that.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So let's get started on that. So it's the week of Labor Day. We will have our kickoff event down at the Firefighters Lake Club.
Oh, nice.
And we'll do a celebrity bartending.
Nice.
So come out and join us. We've got
I
a
just did
slew
that
of
for
people.
Hope.
Yes,
That was
isn't
fun.
that fun?
Yeah.
It's just a fun way to give back. We've got a good slate of people. I would list them all, but I know I'd forget somebody.
Yeah.
So again, go on our website. You can find it all there. But we will have that event after our kickoff. But our kickoff event is always fun. If you've ever attended one with Marnie, you've attended one. You will never see a same thing twice with her. And so we've got really fun things that are planned for this kickoff event. We always have a kit packet activity. So I think that that'll be a really neat way for people to give back. This year, we're partnering with David Hilst from American Family. He's
Nice.
made our kit packets possible.
Very nice.
So shout out to him.
Yeah. He's been doing so much in the
Oh,
community.
he's done
Yeah.
great. And so we are giving these kits to foster care children. So you'll be able to kind of put together a backpack that will then go to help foster care kids in our
that's
area.
awesome.
And then, like I said, the celebrity bartender event. So that'll just be a fun night on that Thursday. And Friday, if you're a pickleball fan,
Okay.
this is our new thing we've done. This might be our 3rd year
Pickleball's
for
so
it.
popular now.
Oh my gosh.
I haven't tried it, but
Oh my
I like
gosh.
ping pong
I think that would be. I think you would probably be. It's just life-size ping pong,
or
right?
table tennis.
Oh
Sorry.
gosh, yeah,
Sorry to the
don't.
serious people out there.
You're gonna get comments now. But I think that that's on Friday afternoon. That's sponsored by Hickory Point Bank and Heartland Coca-Cola, and so
Nice.
we are bringing in 16 teams to battle it out
Wow.
on the pickleball courts out at Isles Park.
Isles
So,
Park, okay.
and it's all a fundraiser. So each team raises funds to support United Way, and then we have fun on a Friday afternoon, and everybody is a good sport about it. It's literally every knowledge level for pickleball. We've got some people. It's literally his pseudonym is Mr. Pickleball. He has a
Okay.
team, and so
Professional.
no pressure that you got to probably beat Mr. Pickleball when
Coming
you're
for you, Mr. Pickleball.
That's exactly it.
I'm gonna become an expert before then.
So that's, but then you've got people who are like, I think I've played a couple of times. And so it's just a fun event. Everybody enjoys themselves. It's really low stakes, but honestly, at the end of the day, you're raising money for the community. And so everybody really likes it. So yeah, so that's our kickoff week. And then we also have our escape room. that's coming up.
Cool.
I don't know if you've ever done. Have you ever done an escape room?
I took the team. We did one in Peoria. It was really
fun.
cool.
Well, so this one is new to United Way. So it's a United Way tailored escape room.
Is it at one of the escape room places?
It's at our office.
You did it
We
yourself.
are recreating our
Nice.
office into an escape room. And it'll be ongoing throughout the fall. So you can sign up on our website. Again, brought to you by David Hilst of American Family Insurance. So again, shout out to him. Him and his team went through it. I believe they made it through in time. We didn't have to keep them in our office. So I think they got out. But we've done
You're volunteers forever now.
That's exactly it. If you don't make it out, then you're just volunteer for us. It's totally fine. But it's a really fun, interactive way to not only learn about United Way, but you're put in the shoes. The scenario is that there's a disaster out in the community, and you've got to help and figure out the resources to help them. We worked with an actual escape company, and so they helped us to figure out what to do, and then I became an escape room creator, apparently, and so now I can.
Pretty fun. I've done one here locally too.
Yeah, I mean, I like it. Okay, I'll preface this. I like it when I am done with it. In the middle of it, I am not a fan.
Stressed out.
It's too stressful,
and what's the time?
And it's not even. It's low stakes. I mean, you could go to the bathroom and go get a drink
Nothing
if you need to.
If we don't get out of here.
Exactly.
This isn't Saw.
That's exactly. Yeah, nothing bad, nothing terrible, but it's just stressful. And so after it, I like it. Before, during, not so much. But I think it's such a good team building atmosphere. Watching the teams go through that have done it, they all came out laughing. They all came out like, oh my gosh, how did we do that? Or how did we miss that? Or I'm so glad we got that. And so I think that's what we're hoping for. We're hoping that businesses or anybody can come through, businesses, friends, coworker, whatever it is, can come through and say, hey, let's maybe get to know each other a little bit better, but also get to know United Way in our community a little better too.
How long does that go on for?
So we will have that through like October. So you've got a couple months for that, and we will have it running in our office Wednesday, Thursdays, and Fridays, mainly in the afternoon.
Nice.
So
how many people can do it at once?
4 to 10.
10, really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So you could have. I mean, I think that then we had 8 or 9 people from our office doing it, and that was a pretty good sized group. And we're only charging $25. Nice. So this isn't like a huge. Hopefully,
how long do you give people?
We say 30 minutes, but really it's 45. We had to give a couple of teams 45. It's fine. It's fine. I won't name names. It's totally fine. You know who you are out there.
Check the leaderboard.
Oh, that's a good idea. Look at that.
Then they might come back to try to
do it again. I think that's good.
You just know all the answers at that point.
Exactly. But no, I think that
can have them buy minutes.
Yes. Yeah, I think that having those teams go through it, now we know like, okay, who do we want to see go through this, right? Like who on our board should do this? Maybe you guys should come through. Yeah. So I think that it's just a good afternoon, and it only takes like I said, overall, by the time you get there, get settled, I mean, it would be an hour maybe out of the day. So hopefully it won't be like prohibitive for people to be able to come through.
Yeah, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
The one, so again, I've only done 2. The one we did here locally was interesting because it was my wife and some of her cousins, I think, was all who did it. Maybe her sister, I don't remember. And like I think my niece did it. So it was like me and my wife, and all the other people were pretty young. Some of them were very young.
Yeah. And
we were going in there, and I'm like, oh my God, we're going to be doing everything.
Yeah.
And I was like, we're going to have to figure all this out. And in all honesty, like, they're all varied in age quite a bit, but they were all fairly young, and everybody figured something out. Mm-hmm. It was pretty surprising. And then the one we did in Peoria, man, that one was intense. It was like in a graveyard.
Oh, no.
Not like an actual graveyard, but the setting was like a graveyard, and they had like a tomb, and it was crazy. It was a lot of fun, but it was really
a little
weird.
more intense.
Yeah. We did it though. I think we had a little bit to spare. It was pretty close.
How long was the time frame on it?
Do you remember? It had to be at least 45 minutes an hour, I would say.
Okay, yeah.
Because there's 2 rooms in that one.
That's what, yeah.
You had like the first one, you're in this graveyard, and then you open a tomb and you go in there, and there's like not a casket, but was it a casket? Yeah. And then there's like all this stuff around the casket you had to figure out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was they had put a lot of work into that one. That
Yeah.
was crazy. But yeah, they were a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, the only
For
one
sure.
I've been to, it was me and all of my husband's family. So all I remember out of it was we were like trying to unscrew something. We thought for sure this was the key, and they come over the overhead. Don't break the thing. That is not a clue. Don't do it. Oh
I'm
gosh,
shattered.
that's exactly it. Like we're like, okay, never mind. Stop trying to
Yeah.
unscrew this thing. This isn't what it is.
That's
So I think that's kind of the fun of it too, is you just always have these like little nuggets of stories.
Taking doors off the hinges.
That's exactly it. I was like, can't we just like bust through this? Isn't that what we did? No, apparently not. That was not the solution. So
That was a good idea.
Yeah.
That's a cool idea that you guys came up with. So you guys had an actual escape room person come in and help figure it all out.
yeah,
That'd be tough I feel like, to put together. I understand
yeah.
bringing somebody in.
it was definitely something that I'm glad we outsourced that little piece to. But then
How hard was it to...
then we put it together in the office. So like all of the, whether it's a globe with the little mechanism on it or whatever it might be, all of those pieces are something that we put together in the office. So I think that that's kind of neat that we took his idea and
Yeah.
we grabbed onto it. So
Very cool.
Yeah.
Is all the information for that on your website?
It sure is.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's cool. Yeah, I might have to take the team, split them up into 2 teams,
Yeah.
and see who does it the fastest.
It'd be really fun. And that's what we're hoping. Like here, you can spend a afternoon, maybe go out to lunch, do this, and then go back to the office. And it shouldn't hopefully take up too much of your day, but hopefully you can have a good little team building event for it too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's cool. Trying to see here. Was there any other events this
feel-
fall that you're thinking?
I feel like we've talked about everything. I mean, we just have a few things, so that's just a couple. I feel like we've got a lot of things going on.
No,
Yeah.
I don't know if I have any other...
No, I think that's it. I mean, so the kickoff literally kicks off our big fundraising season. So right now we're on like that calm before the storm kind
Yeah,
of thing.
getting ready.
So we know that everybody's kind of gearing up their campaigns. Jean in our office is really out there making sure that everybody has all their information ready to go. So, I mean, if you ever want to learn more about United Way or learn more about what a campaign entails, honestly, we're just doing ours this week in our office. So it can be as fun as much work as you want to put into it, but really it's all about giving back to the community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. What's been like, so you've been there 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
What's been one of your favorite fundraising events that you guys
gosh.
have done?
So we did, let's see, it wasn't this past spring, but the spring before. We did for our annual meeting. So it kind of wraps up in the spring and says, hey, this is how we did for campaign season. This is all the awards that we're giving out. And really kind of wrapping up that year and almost launching the next year. But it happens in the spring. And 2 years ago, we did a walkthrough of an individual in our community. Her name was Bethany, and she told us her story of how United Way helped her. So it wasn't just her impactful story. We actually walked people through. We were out at the Northfield Inn and walked people through what her life was. So in the first room, we told about her childhood, and we said, okay, so she lived in poverty. So we had all the smells and it was cold, and you could see little fake bugs and things like that along the way. And you could really see, okay, this is what she grew up in. The second room was her jail cell. She was in prison for a while for a few different things. And so she told in each of these a little bit about it.
Wow.
You could see it. And then in the last one, it was her transitional housing home.
So was she telling about it?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So she actually volunteered to come in, and we recorded some of those stories from her, and she told the story in that room. And then in that last room, it was her and her daughter where kind of she had made it out. It was her first home that she really felt like she'd made it. And then she joined us for the event. So she was out there saying, thank you so much for this is the trajectory that you can bring someone across when you give to United Way. And I think that just seeing that, not only in her, I got to know her very well in that process, but I think that just seeing how the community was able to see what your dollar really does for United Way, not just for one individual, but multiply that by how many people that we're able to help year over year. I think that's huge. And so really putting a face to it, putting a name to it, putting kind of before and after to it really made, I think, a lot of people rethink what United Way can do now and in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. That sounds like a cool event. So, I mean, you guys have some really cool ideas for these different fundraising events. Do you guys like come together and like brainstorm on that, or how's that process usually work?
So Marnie, if you've met Marnie, she is our idea person.
Yeah.
We just did a book, The 6 Working Geniuses. Have you heard of this book? So it talks about the kind of different levels of planning in any sort of work environment, home environment, whatever that may be. And you take the quiz and you figure out which genius you're a part of, right? So are you the idea person, the big picture person? Are you the what they call the galvanizer, so the cheerleader, that person in the middle that's rallying the troops? Or are you the end person? Are you finishing strong? Are you making sure all the I's are dotted and T's are crossed? I joke that Marnie is the idea person and I am the end person. So Marnie will come up with the ideas. And honestly, when I interviewed, she told me about the Bethany story idea. She says, I don't have the person. I don't know how we're going to do it, but this is my thought.
Cool.
Okay, cool.
So
2
you
years
didn't
later.
even have a person. You figured it out.
2 years later, we found Bethany. We worked with it, and we took it over the finish line. So Marnie, honestly, we joke with her, what's your new big idea? What's your new thing? Because she always has something new and different. And I think that that's what United Way, that's what people are expecting now, is something new and something different when they come to United Way.
Stepping it up.
That's exactly it. They told us after that event, well, how are you going to top this? And Marty's like, stop saying that.
I know.
Stop it. I can't. How am I supposed to live up to it? So we're continuing to think of new things.
Yeah.
The escape room is something brand new because of that. Like, how do we engage people differently? How do we bring people literally in our doors to learn more? This is something new and different. You're not sitting through a seminar. You're not sitting through a whatever it might be. You're actually doing something with people.
Yeah,
So
that's cool. Yeah, we do the St. Patrick's Day parade every year.
Yes.
And
Jean told me that she knew
yeah,
you from that. Yeah,
the,
she may have told me that.
it's tough though,
I
because
feel like now is when you flash up a picture of you there, right?
flying around on a cloud. But like this year we weren't going to do it, but then I had like a few people from the board, not even together, like just seeing them randomly. They're like, "You doing the parade this year? You haven't signed up yet? We really want you to do it." I'm like,
Oh man,
and,
peer
It's
pressure.
just having a lot on your plate. So I was like, and I'm like, what do we do? We can't do the same thing. Like, so I was like, all right, I guess we'll do it. And we like threw together a float kind of last minute. It turned out pretty cool. But it's like, yeah, it's the same thing. It's like, how do we, like, if we're gonna keep doing this, like, I don't want to do the same thing. Like,
But
how
you
do
gotta
we step
keep
it up and
thinking.
change it? It's like,
Yeah. I mean, I feel like you've got to be filled with idea people here. So maybe you've got some people you
Yeah.
can pull on.
most of the time it's last minute though. We're like, oh, dang, that's coming up in a month.
Exactly. Like, what are we supposed to be doing? But I
Yeah.
think that sometimes that's how you work best too. Is
Yeah,
how do you
I tend to work
come up
best
with
with
a
a little
new?
pressure.
Yeah. How do you come up with a new idea? And honestly, I think that people just appreciate, especially in this community, people being out there, people being a part of the community. So that's really awesome.
Yeah. No, it's fun to do that. Everybody always has a blast doing it, but it's just,
Oh, it's one more thing.
it's a lot of work to get it set up, build a flow.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I was out there for I think like a whole day, like cutting holes and
Yes.
this
The things.
Well, I had these big sheets printed because it was "Cheers to the Irish Lass" was
Okay.
the theme, and I'm like, well, what do we do with that? You know what I mean? So we ended up printing these panels. Shout out Miles T-shirts. He printed them for me. But we designed them, and it looked like an Irish bar on the front of it.
Okay.
And then we changed what it said at the top. It said Irish Lasses Pub or something like that.
Nice. Yeah.
And then then I cut out like these windows in them. So then we just had 2 on each side of a trailer. So it kind of looked like a bar a little bit. And then we just had a bunch of decorations and busted out all of our old floats of everything or our inflatables, I mean. So it turned out pretty good,
Yeah.
especially for last minute.
I feel like sometimes you just gotta keep going with it, and then you halfway through you're like, this is my job. This is what I'm doing. Is this what I'm doing? Yeah. I was. What was I doing for the escape room? And I joked with the girls in my office. I was like, this is my job. I am gluing something to something like this so that then we can have this end result. But that sounds exactly the same.
Yeah.
Oh, we're out here cutting things. No way.
So before we wrap things up, you do the marketing for United Way.
Yep.
What have you? Obviously, we're a marketing company. What have you found to be the most successful avenue in marketing the stuff you guys doing, the fundraisers, just everything about it, growing awareness?
So we have a huge email database with our giving platform and just the way that people get to know us.
Yeah.
We have tons of emails, and I think that I didn't take that as the benefit that it truly is until too late. I was really, okay, how do we push social? What do we do on YouTube? What videos should we do? And then I realized, like, wait, we have this huge capability to connect with people and to really segment people out and to really have better conversations in email. And that's meeting a lot of people right where they are. No, you don't have to worry about the algorithm or are they getting this, who's seeing this. And so we've really tapped into that a lot more with a new CRM system that we have, and we're able to do that a lot better.
Do you get a pretty good open rate
we
on
do,
those?
We do. Honestly, higher than a lot of nonprofit industry standards, which I'm really proud of, just to say. But no, I think that it's a really good way that we can communicate with people.
Yeah.
We've integrated some text messages and different things.
That's what I was going to say. Maybe text messages past that are such a big thing now.
One of our fundraisers, actually, we just had an event for some of our leadership level donors, and she had an RSVP, and the lady said, due to your gentle yet tenacious reminders. And I thought, that's the perfect way. We just want to make sure that you know about United Way and that you have all the information. So we've got all these different things that you can be a part of. Whatever way you might want to choose, you now know where they all are, what the next step is, where you can be involved, and hopefully just take advantage of the next thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And who's unsubscribing from that?
Nobody.
Feel guilty unsubscribing.
Nobody
from
unsubscribes. Exactly. Nobody says no. Everybody just, okay. And honestly, I think that we do email newsletters and, like I said, kind of tailored things to what people might want to see. But I think that we have so much going on with United Way. Having those weekly newsletters telling people all the things that are going on are really helpful too, just so that they have an idea of what's coming up.
Yeah. Do you guys have a pretty good social following?
Yeah, we're growing that for sure. Yeah. I think that it's just kind of a slow roll out there. Like I said, our email, we've got a ton of email capacity, and just to be able to utilize that's what we're hopefully leaning into a little bit more. But I mean, I love the social media aspect of it, and we do a lot of videos, hopefully getting more people out there, just because that's what people expect now. So
how do you guys usually handle those? You just video them with your phone, or do you have people
where'd my phone go? That's me just videoing on my phone. I joked that I got a new phone recently, and I was like, oh man, look at this quality. This is amazing. It's sorry for the past people that I was videoing, because now this looks a lot better. But nonprofit, we're working on my iPhone. It's
amazing how advanced, they've gotten over the years, and the quality increase and everything.
I don't know if you've seen, so last year we did a lip sync video with Bank of Springfield.
Oh, cool.
So check it out on our YouTube page. This year, I'm not sure if we're announcing who did it yet. Come to our kickoff and you'll see. We have another company who's doing a lip sync video. Nice. So that'll be a really fun, but they asked, okay, so what equipment do I need, or what do I need to do? And I was like, you have your cell phone?
Yeah.
Send me the videos. Right. That's fine. And they're like, really? You know how to do it. And they were so funny. They were becoming a marketing person by the end of it, right? He was like, I wanted to get a different angle, and I think I would have recorded the other ones better if I would have done those earlier. I was like, but everybody's seen it on their phones. They've seen that social media, and they've seen, okay, how do I get it to do that on my end?
Yeah.
So I think that was exciting for me to see them be able to use it and be able to send us what they had captured.
Nice.
So, yeah.
That's awesome. All right. Well, why don't you just give everybody the actual website? I don't think we've mentioned it. We'll link it. But
yeah, you've got to stay till the end. That's
it. That's right.
So it's uwcil.org. So United Way, Central Illinois.
Okay.
uwcil.org. Again, phone number if you want to call us, old school 217-726-7000, or literally find us on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. Yeah, we still have
X.
Sorry, X. Cut that out. And we do now have a TikTok. So
There you go.
yeah, so stay tuned. But I think that really just be involved with United Way. That's kind of my end call to action, I guess, is just get involved in any way you can. We're always trying to do the best we can for our community so that everybody can thrive.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, thanks for coming on and kind of sharing this.
Yeah.
And we definitely appreciate everything you guys do.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having me.
Yep. Thanks.